Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV Balloon Basics. We're joined by Mark from Qualitex. Mark, thank you for coming in.
It's great to be here.
And Mark today is going to show us a technique to cover a cake base, but with a foil balloon rather than a latex balloon. We've already done a BMTV Balloon Basics on the latex balloon that you can see on YouTube. But yeah, I've never seen the one with a foil balloon before, Mark.
It has been around for a very long time, so I can't take credit for inventing it. But as you know, I've become a real fan of the Click Click Balloon Bond.
You have? And
this makes this a little bit easier.
Okay. So what do you do?
So we've got an old second-hand, actually used cake board, and Balloon Bond now comes in these handy strips, and you're going to use at least maybe one and a half of these, and I've just cut these down to different sections, and then I'm going to tape these directly on to there. Right towards the edge, and I want to cover all the way around the outside of the board.
That's great, actually, what you just did. I hadn't even thought of that. It used to be on a roll, didn't it? And you had to just snip each one. So now you can get 4 at one time just from one snip.
It's so clever. Speeds the whole process up.
So clever.
So quick.
Yeah.
And what you're going to end up with is you're going to tape a foil to the board, and you end up with the custom colour.
Yeah.
So that's really, really cool.
And I guess this is a good way of using any old balloons that you've had that have deflated and stuff like that.
Great way of recycling.
So you can recycle. Everybody's obviously talking about the environment, and this is a great way of reusing something. So yeah.
So you only use one side of the balloon, which means cutting around the seam to do it. And I find it's best to lay your cake board onto the balloon. And you can cut it quite roughly. You can see there I've not been too precious about how I've cut round the foil, but I think you can do that so that you only get a single layer.
Yeah.
And then all you need to do now is remove all of sticky pieces, and then I'll show you how we lay that down.
Go on then.
Okay. So this takes a little bit of time, but the best thing about this tape is that it is really quite fast.
You're taking them all
remove.
off at one time?
I am.
In that case, well, I could start the other end.
Yeah.
For doing that.
Just got to be careful that you don't actually start to stick the balloon to the outside. There we go. So it doesn't take that long.
Okay.
So once that's in position, you need to get yourself centrally to the board, and then I press down, not in the centre, and then I'll stretch and stick down to my bond.
Yeah.
And then it's a case of stretching as you move round, and you've got to crease slightly because there's more material than will go around in the circle.
Yeah.
But it's really important that you stretch, and the more you stretch, the neater you'll get the actual finish on the board.
So you say this has been around for years?
Yeah.
Why have I never seen it?
I don't know. I think for a long time, cake boards and centrepieces maybe weren't as saleable, fashionable, but I think the opportunity to do added value designs with air filled is now. You know, it's really coming back.
Because this is pennies, isn't it?
It is, and especially if you, like you say, with your idea of recycling.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Really important to pull as tight as you can and stick that down. But you see how the balloon bond's working instantly to give you a really good finish seal. And there you go.
And then with these, there's a few creases there. You just stretch those out.
You got to, and that's more to do with when you're stretching to start with. Also, having a flat cake board to start with will really help. And then if you need to make sure it sits flat, you can just trim off any excess that's not stuck down, and that makes that sit a lot flatter.
It's fantastic. I like the ombre balloon as well.
Yeah, lovely.
There you go. Enjoy.